Hi there, and welcome to my next video for my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelei. Today I'm coming to you again from a beautiful piece of nature, and it's not far from my house. And the leaves are falling all around me, coming down hard and fast. And the colors of the trees is really intriguing again, like every other autumn. And I don't know if you're a fan of changing of the seasons, but I love it. It gives a special feeling, and well, symbolically or metaphorically, how you want to call it, I think the leaves are making space again. And in autumn, or rather in spring, they will take up their space again, which kind of brought me to this topic of today. Is like sometimes it's just time to pick up your space again, and you just don't realize it's been well enough time to do so. And it can be in so many different ways or phases in your life. That sometimes you can forget taking up space and you just slide into it, and you've been preoccupied, you've been by other people, by things, by work, by anything. And you can have a really bad feeling. I'm not saying depression, but you can feel pretty bad after a while, and don't really know where it's coming from. You can't put your finger to it. At least that's what I had sometimes in my life. Sometimes sorry, it's very obvious what it is. I mean, I remember when I was heading for a divorce, of course, it's very clear that you have to take up space again for yourself to put a new life back into your life, to make a new phase happening. And these are clear signs, but there are some other some more subtle signs, and I've had them too, like um, with the children, for instance. I mean, the children are growing older. I don't know if you have children, but they're growing older, and then um, you forget that the faces have changed. I mean, when they're young, you see the difference very quickly. But certain ages, like between 17 and 22, the changes that they are going through are sometimes pretty obvious, but also pretty subtle. And my role is also changing with that. Sorry, I had to interrupt my my video. I had to cough a little bit. So yes, as I said, their lives are changing, sometimes subtly, sometimes rapidly, and you're not being born with knowing how to be a mom and how to guide your young adult children, and also not how to fill in your own life to go with that. I mean, I've always been a mama bear, um, keeping a close eye on my kids, not suffocating them. Well, they've been telling me that anyhow, and I hope not. But we're all very close, and but yet I feel now that, for instance, in a positive way, it's about time that I pick up space again for myself. After my divorce, it's in a different kind of space, and it's kind of frustration and crisis that you're going through. But this time, it's not out of crisis or out bad things or bad phases. It's just very interesting, actually. And it comes subtly with I start to pick up things again that I hadn't done for years. I bought myself a bike again, and I started cycling, biking, or I don't know how you call it in English exactly. Sorry, you probably heard by now. English is not my mother tongue. And there's some other more little changes that I can apply again in my life, and well, you can call it picking up space. I believe that's what it is, because I allow myself then to do it again. Because before, I'm the kind of mom, I think that I wait until everybody is doing their thing, and then I will take my time to do my thing, and that can change a bit now. So before I'll talk further with you about this, and maybe it resonates with you or not, or you just want to enjoy the scenery or just enjoy a little nice chat and do my walk and talk here. I will flip the screen and talk with you more about it, and I'll see you on the other side of the screen. Right, so here I am on the other side of the screen, and I'll show you a little bit. On one side I have the fields, very nice and open. I like also the openness of nature sometimes. Besides being in the forest that I love and the heathland, which is also more open space, I talk from there as well sometimes if you have been watching my videos. But I would also love, the seaside and the mountains behind you. Mountains and sea is also, oh, I love it. I really love it. But for now, I live here, not far from here. I live in a cabin in the forest, and of course, I'm very grateful for that as well, for the space around me, for the nature around me rather. and it's great. And you see the changing of the seasons from very, very close by. And as I said, you can see the leaves falling, the changing of the seasons, and so does your life. And as I said, for instance, you need to you pick up your space and accept the changes that are happening. That can be from coming from not so nice things in your life, from crises, but also from just natural growth that is happening in your life, from natural growth from yourself, from yourself, from your children. Because sometimes, well, I can only speak for myself, of course, and because, well, that's what my videos are about, really. I'm just sharing my findings, my experiences from life. I'm 63 years of age now, so I could say I've got a few things to share, and I'm not an old wise lady. I'm not pretending to be that, but it's fun to see things that have happened and changed, and even seeing the differences from the 90s to now. It's very interesting, and I see how my children are growing up, and not easy in this day and age, 2025, in this moment. It's not easier than the 90s. I don't believe so. But despite all the internet and the Instagram and the Facebooks and the social media in general, um, and it's interesting to see the difference. But I like to be on top of things as well. I don't want to fall behind. I don't have fear of missing out, but I don't want to fall behind. I still want to be up to date with everything, and even the digital life. And what that has to do with taking up space in your life again, I believe it means um, I've been focusing very hard on my children's lives for the last more than a decade, almost 2 decades. I'm a single mom ever since, and but I see now they well, I guess you could call it spreading their wings more and more, growing up more and more, and doing their own thing more and more. And I don't feel like I'm being left behind. Far from it. I mean, we still have a great understanding, and they're still living at home, and it's wonderful. But I still feel that it's time for me to pick up more space for myself again, in a healthy way, not in a crisis like after my divorce. Then you have to, you are forced to pick up space again for yourself, because you have to make a new life for yourself and your children. But in a good way, it's also nice to pick up space. You pick up um, all things that you forgot that you liked, and you have to go and search for that sometimes. Sometimes it's a thought that pops into your mind, and you think, oh yeah, that's true. I forgot all about that. And that can be anything. For me, I can only speak for myself at this moment. For me, it's a lot of creative things that come to my mind that I like to do, that I forgot I like to do, because I never made time for it. And I know this day and age, everything, the whole internet is full of it about self-care and taking time for yourself. And that's true, but it's not just taking time for yourself and taking your time to take a nice long bath and candles and stuff. It's much more than that. Picking up space is also in your head, picking up space in your own head again, and think about your own life and about your own things and about your own needs and about your wants. And it's getting to know yourself a little bit again in a different way, and more adapted to what is happening now in my life now. As I said, you become a different age, and it can bring different things with me. Things I used to like before, I don't have to necessarily like them again. Maybe I like them, but I don't necessarily have to do them or have it in my life anymore. And for instance, I used to love horse riding. I used to own horses. I don't anymore now at the moment. I would love to own a horse, but it's just not physically possible at the moment, and not financially either, to tell you the truth. However, I found other ways to still be involved with horses sometimes in a very pleasant way. Well, I do some energetic care for horses, and it's just a wonderful way of doing that. And then, in a way, it's about, for me, taking space for myself, because I'm really doing something that I've never done, and I think it's the right time in my life to do so now. I do believe so. And so there are many other things. I bought myself a bicycle when I'm going out on a bike, also in nature, because I can see now that's really, really where I'm happiest, and that's in or surrounded by nature. And it can be different for you. You might thrive in a city and you want to go all for city life. That's fun too. I like a day in the city, but that's about it really. And then I'm glad I'm back in my forest again. I guess what I wanted to say today in a very calm way, because it's a calm day. It's a Sunday morning. It's a calm day. Nature is calm. There is no strong wind or nothing. It's very neutral and very calm. And I guess what I wanted to say is picking up space for yourself doesn't have to be in a kind of harsh way, like, yeah, it's about time, and to be a little bit vindictive about it and say, yes, it's time, and be harsh about it. No, you can be very calm, and it feels better if you do it in a calm way, I find. And in a calm way, to decide, yeah, I'm taking up every day a little bit more, taking up space for myself. Sometimes it's just out the window because sometimes I still have to do things for my kids. If they have a car problem or there is something else going on, then then I'm busy with that. But you can't be obsessive with picking up time for yourself. But it's the overall thing that you do is you start to become more living like being rather than chasing after new things. Even though my YouTube channel is something new, but I'm not chasing after it. I just do it. I'm learning from it. I'm sharing things. I just love it. And sorry, I hope you like it too. I hope I get views from people and likes from people, or dislikes. That's also possible. To know that there are people out there wherever in the world who are going through similar type of things, and it's just nice to hear from somebody else who might be going through the same thing, who's going through the same thing rather, and just calm down and breathe and take in a calm way space back for yourself, and learn new things and enjoy yourself. That's for and foremost, I think, the most important thing. Take up space back again up for yourself and enjoy it, and really enjoy it to the fullest. So by saying that, I hope you're gonna enjoy the rest of the day. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the view I showed you where I am at this moment. And I wish you a very nice day once again. And take care of yourself. Take very good care of yourself and your loved ones. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.